you know, what would it be if I didn't look stupid like when we first cut in? So there's that. Welcome everyone to Walking After Whiskey. That was really good. Holy crap. I'm Shorty.
I'm Travis. We're going to break down your latest episode of The Walking Dead tonight.
We're also going to break down some special top shelf whiskey. We have a special guest later that we'll introduce you to.
We're also going to break down The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 7, entitled Open Your Eyes, Sadiq.
So I have to say...
To the review.
Oh, see, you put it over there, and now look how screwed up I am.
You see, she's like a model. She can't turn right. She's going to turn left. Or like race car drivers.
Thanks.
Ah,
Thanks.
I want to do with my hands.
Stop it. Thanks.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
All right, Shorty, start us off.
All right, so I'm going to start off saying I loved this episode so much. Like, it answered some questions. It left you wanting more. Like, it was everything that I wanted from a Walking Dead episode.
Sure.
I cannot wait now to the season finale. I think that says a lot about
People have been so pissed off with the pace of this show. I've been telling people it started off with a really fast pace. You just have to, the Sadiq entanglement finally paid off. But yeah, it was a long time coming, seven episodes in. But you're right, like it had a good payday. It just took a very long time to get there.
It did. So let's start off with, Carol and Daryl bring the Whisperer back.
Yes.
We got to start off with that. Mm-hmm. And good God, if you didn't think Carol was a badass before, she is so fucking amazing.
Yeah, so Lydia's out of jail. That's pretty easy. You're out of jail now. Lydia, get out of here. Bring someone in. And then they brought in this Whisperer in, who Lydia knew immediately when she saw him. Like, I know that guy. Like, of course.
But he has a blindfold on, so he doesn't know about her yet.
Exactly.
And so they're going to start an interrogation process.
Yep.
Loved so much that it was Carol who was lead interrogator in this. Like, I was so stoked about that. She puts a fucking ring on. Yeah. She's like, I'm going to beat the shit. But what I also like too, though, is that like you saw the Carol, you saw Bacon Carol for a minute.
Yes, you did.
Right, and then so her acting, right, Bacon Carol acting, and then the Whisperer out-acted her.
Yes.
So and then like spit on her, like it was terrible. It was terrible.
What do
and
people
then Carol
fighting
said,
for?
I ain't gonna
Sandwiches?
play. Carol said, I ain't gonna play. I ain't gonna play. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. So that was great.
Yeah, so Gabriel kind of saw what was happening and had no idea what they were doing. She wasn't even, authenticated to go do all this stuff. She wasn't given the power to go do it. Gabriel's super pissed off because they're endangering the whole community. And so he was basically down talking to her, Carol, and Daryl the whole time. And Carol's like, thanks for having my back there, Daryl. And Daryl's like, he's just stating facts. Like, we put everyone at risk here. Like, this is a big effing deal. Right? We just kidnapped one of their main people that was a herder, right, that walked with the horde, and brought him back here for interrogating. This is way out of line. Like, the whole committee would, like, not be having any of this.
And he's not, like, through the entire episode, he doesn't acknowledge that what they did was the right thing at any time. So, and that's kind of a little bit typical Daryl, but he's not super on board yet. So anyway, so now they're in the jail, and should we jump to that dude dies, Whisperer dies?
So they're interrogating him, right? And while they're interrogating him, Gabriel says, first thing we're going to do is we're going to treat his wounds. So they bring in Sadiq and they bring in Dante. Sadiq tries to do some work with him, but this is the first time Sadiq has ever seen a Whisperer since all this has happened, right? These people have caused him a lot of PTSD, and it's the first time he's ever been around one.
And he acknowledges, I know you. Yep. And I was like, as soon as that happened, I was like, this episode's going to be really good.
Well, first thing he says, open your eyes. Like, the theme of the story, like, open your eyes. Like, they were all there chanting this to him, you know? So,
right.
Yeah, very much so that they both knew each other very well.
So, and then, I mean, we'll get to the whole Dante experience here in a minute, but so the whole kind of framing of the bag, like, so Whisperer dies. Whisperer is poisoned with hemlock. Whisperer dies. Dante pretty much blames that on Sadiq.
Yes.
And there was so much pausing going on in this episode. I'm looking at cameraman Paul. I'm like, that just happened. What do you think that means? Like, so much of that episode happened. Like, I'm pausing the whole time, just kind of taking a breath, figuring out what's going on. So.
So what I'm wondering is when the Whisperer first saw Dante, they obviously knew each other too, right? They were all in the room together. So I'm wondering, when he's very, very thankful to the Dante doctor, and be very, nice to him. And when he left, like he had to have known he was killing him, right? So it was kind of crazy that Dante was there left with this guy, and literally was like, "Hey, I'm about to kill you right now."
I don't know if I agree with that. I just think that dude needed to die. Like I don't know if he knew that Dante was going to kill him at all. I just think the dude needed to.
They were both in the same room together when it all happened. They even mentioned that's how they knew Dante, because they were in that same barn saying, "Open your eyes." They made reference. They both knew
Yeah, but
each
as
other.
Whispers today, they're not going to tell on each other. Like, we know that the loyalty of the Whispers is probably
Yeah. But I was wondering why he knew, like, if he knew he was going to be killed by Dante. You know what I mean? I don't think he knew he was about to get killed by his buddy.
No. And no matter what, like, nobody knows. Like, Dante actually, no matter what, like, because of Sadiq's PTSD, like, Dante's known this entire time. I can blame whatever the fuck I want on you, and, like, you're not going to know. So literally he says, and then Sadiq questions himself, like, maybe I did load my own fucking medical bag with hemlock. Who knows?
Which visually they would know immediately when they saw it what it was. So that's weird. So Sadiq goes out to the water, right? He's sitting out there having these revelations of himself, just, you know, trying to cope with himself, screaming internally, you know, trying to process again, seeing Whisper the first time, and loses it. He jumps in the water. He says, "I'm just done with this," and tries to end it.
Yeah. And then oddly, Rosita, I don't know where she fucking came from.
Yeah.
Hospital bed.
Baby mama comes there.
Baby mama come out.
Baby mamas never save baby daddies.
On her deathbed and saves him, which I think is odd. But from that, we get kind of the confession of everything that Sadiq's been going through. So, really, well, I don't know. I don't know if it would even, like, properly express. I was a little bit mad at Rosita because, like, she just kind of, not that she blew him off or anything. It was just, like, a weird exchange.
Right.
Like, I didn't like that whole written, I didn't like it. But anyway, so he lays it out for Rosita. Rosita's kind of understanding, and she's like, well, you got to fight for it. And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, Sadiq's a goner. I really did think that, like, as soon as that whole exchange happened, he's gone. He's gone.
The saddest part about that was, like, the only person who could sympathize with him the most was someone who watched the exact same thing happen to Abraham. She watched someone that she loved the exact same way get killed, you know? So it was, the only person that could even be in his shoes was already there, right? She was powerless and did nothing to stop it from happening. And she watched it all happen too. So if anyone, and that wasn't conveyed to Sadiq, but again, she comes so far from fighting through it, she was like, you have to fight through it. Like, the only way you can tell you, you have to fight through it.
Not that I'm going to lessen the effect of a family member, someone that you love getting killed. Not that I'm going to lessen that, but Sadiq saw everybody get offed.
Yeah,
like
all of them.
Everybody, you know, and even that portion where he's looking at the fence, where there's spikes on the fence, like like everybody gets that.
It would have been great if they would show, like, Tara and all of them sit in front of them, just have some closure for us. We didn't get to see Tara's death or Henry's, but actually, we saw one guy and we saw Enid, but he saw Enid the most because she was a doctor. So he had the most love and most in with her, and it was just sad. It would have been good closure for us to see everybody else get X off. You know, that'd have been cool.
Okay, so coming off on a tangent again. So Carol's interrogation doesn't work. Dude Whisperer dies. So now they have something else. Carol understands that Lydia is going to be the key. Like all it like. It was so good. Oh my God, I love this episode so much.
We're on a secret mission with Lydia and Carol.
Exactly. Which is weird. All of a sudden people start disappearing. So let's bring up Aaron real quick.
Yeah,
like that whole Aaron appearance with Gamma is weird to me. Like all of a sudden people can just come and go and nobody questions anything.
Yeah, so I was trying to tell Shorty earlier what kind of weird about Aaron is.
I did school her earlier today.
He does this stalking thing. Like, remember, he stalked our group before he ever went and found Rick. When he actually went and found Rick, he showed he knew all their names, everything about them. He's kind of like this weird stalker person does intel, right? But he's not sharing it. So Gamma's going back and reporting to Alpha everything that she hears, but Aaron's out there, set up camp somewhere. Like, he didn't tell the people about the entrails being into.
We don't know how long he's been gone.
It's been days. It has been multiple days, obviously.
And then they're buddies for a second. And how does he let his guard down? Because it's a whisper. So this whole interaction for me was like, this is stupid. Like out of the whole episode, this is the part that really irked me the most. Was like, all of a sudden they're besties. And then, then Gamma, so Alpha finds Gamma, and Gamma got no intel.
Yep.
So now I'm going to whip your ass.
Yep.
There's that. And then it's just a weird exchange. So then Gamma's like, okay, I'm going to go back, I'm going to get what you want. And then out comes Carol on a horse or whatever with freaking Lydia.
I'm wondering too about the kid pictures he's bringing here. Obviously brings Gamma back to, you know, her own niece, I guess, that's being held at Hilltop. But I'm wondering, is she asking for these drawings, or he just knows what emotions to play on her that he keeps bringing these to her?
I think he's trying anything at that point in time.
But she's taking them. She's not like ripping them up and throwing away. She's obviously, you know, invested in them, and she really wants to know about them and know about the community. But he's looking
for anything. He brings up a sibling. He brings up a child. Like, he's looking for anything to try to break her down and connect. So that I understand. And then, Alpha's got some really good ways to bring you back. Yeah. So there's that. So that all of that exchange happens. So Gamma goes back with it. Now this kind of renewed sense of I will get the information that you need.
Yep.
Got knife. Now Aaron is an idiot. So there's that. There's always one idiot in the show. It's Aaron. This time around.
So with Whisperer dying, you know, but before it all happened, Carol wanted to bring Lydia to see the Whisperer and basically bring back this infected, cancerous person that knows Alpha's secret back to the camp. But right now, in the past couple episodes, we're seeing Daryl clearly not being on board with Carol's morals anymore, right? Like, Daryl's the moral compass of the show. You guys got to see him shirtless this episode. I'm sure all the women love that. But it just seems like he's like definitely the moral compass right now, like Rick was, and he's very he's questioning Carol a lot. Like you can't put it through anymore.
Well, I also think when Daryl finds out that Lydia's gone, he's gonna be fucking pissed.
Yeah, he's pissed at Carol.
So and another, like, all of these off spins that we know is gonna happen. Like, that's what really excites me for this season's finale, or it's gonna make me mad because it's not gonna explain anything. But so that remains to be seen how fucking pissed Daryl's going to be once Lydia's gone.
Yeah.
And although she's kind of stupid, because how did she not know what was going to happen? Like,
I don't know. She doesn't know anything. She's just trusting. But with the sad part at this point is she doesn't know where to go. She can't go back to her mom. She wouldn't live that way, and her mom's going to kill her before anything happens. Because anyone else sees her, then all hell's going to break loose. She can't go. Well, she can't go back to Alexandria.
I feel like the last thing she should have done was hit Carol. By the way.
Yeah. Oh. She deserved it, though.
Oh, well, the best part of what Lydia said was when she actually compared her to Alpha, like, you're just like her. And that affected Carol. Yeah. That totally affected her. And she's like, okay,
well, she said just as much on the balcony. She was talking to her intel, like, my mom, twist people. Carol's like, I do too. She's basically reinforcing that fact that she is just like Alpha. Carol is like our Alpha. She really is.
I love her, so it's fine. Whatever. Bake some cookies, Carol, and come back to whatever.
Cheers.
Make some cookies for Daryl. Daryl's going to need the cookies. Okay, we can't cheers yet because we have to go. So Sadiq finally figures everything out. We can't leave without at least acknowledging this. So Sadiq finally figures everything out and obviously tells the group, because then Dante comes in and was like, oh, it's partly my fault too. Yeah. Fuck you, Dante.
So Dante, he came in there not wanting to kill Sadiq, right? So Sadiq is just reliving what happened in his head, saying it was his fault. And it was his fault why the person died. Sadiq's talking to Dante. Dante's being very best buddies with him, trying to calm him down. There's some words that Dante says that just gets in his ear that just affects him a certain way. And it's almost like you keep seeing these flashbacks of a spider, And so
what's that click?
So you keep seeing the click in his voice. There's something that's like setting him off. You think like, I always think like a fly in a spider's web. Certain things kind of trigger him. And there's certain words that Dante says get in Dante's ear. And if you think about Sadiq's ear, if you think about it all season, whenever Dante is talking to him, he freaks out. So he subconsciously he's known, his body has known that this guy has been, is bad news the whole time, but Sadiq couldn't process it.
And Sadiq assumed it was because he relates him to seeing Enid. Yeah. So and I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then that whole clicking thing and the eyes, what he said.
It's like Pavlov's dogs, Is there something triggering his body knows so much about how bad this guy is, but he just can't process it. And then look at him through the window, he sees his mouth, and it just all comes together. We see him in the first episode just staring at his mouth. They even made him question to it because that's all he would have seen on that mask. And then in that moment of that trauma and that stress, all he's seeing is this mouth at him. And that's literally when it all came together. He saw the axe, and then they go this huge struggle, and Dante chokes him out, and he even tells him, he's like, you're my friend. I don't want to kill you like this, not like this.
Bye bye, Sadiq.
And then Sadiq
Bye-bye.
went away. And you know what? It almost felt to be like T-Dog's death. It just felt. No, sorry, Tyrese's death, because he wasn't ready for this world anymore. After what happened, he was just broken, and it was just seemed like it was a good death for Sadiq, and I think he was ready to go.
It was I'm an emotional mess typically in all of these shows. Like whenever somebody dies, it's stupid. Like how attached I am to the show, it's kind of dumb.
She hasn't seen some deaths yet.
I was good. Like I figured it was going to happen. It's either going to be Dante, which I don't fucking care about, or it's going to be Sadiq. And I think the writers did it right.
Yep,
I think it played out right in this one. I wasn't super, whatever. I can get over it. But now we see kind of the cut to some of next week's episodes about. So they know about the water. So now what else is Dante going to do? Like he's in. There's nobody to rat him out at this point. Everyone likes him. Everyone trusts him. No one to rat him out. Sadiq's dead. Probably going to be blamed on suicide, I would imagine. And
I think they find him. I think Dante's. Well, we won't go too much next episode. But we have 1 week left to go before the break.
I know,
and we'll cheers to this.
We'll cheers this.
We're gonna cheers to this review right here.
My little baby left.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
You know how you stick a phone into a glass?
We'll get some Dixie phones, yeah.
No.
Talking to the pumpkin, please. Brown chicken, brown cow.
Okay. This is you, Trav. It's all you.
I wanted to introduce you to Kathy, a very good friend of our show, a very good friend of us outside of the show. She is a roller derby warrior. And she came here, she bought us some whiskey to taste today that she got in Sacramento, one of her sponsors for her roller derby league. Please let us know about Wheelhouse.
Gold River Distillery. They are in Rancho Cordova. They have a wide range of alcohols that they have in their tasting room and their distillery. This is the, what is this? This is the California Bourbon Whiskey.
California Bourbon Whiskey.
So I've tried this. They've got a cinnamon whiskey. They have an absinthe. They've got gin. They've got vodka. They've got all sorts of good stuff.
That's cool.
So you should really check out their tasting room.
And we love anybody that gives us alcohol. Of course. So we will plug you now to the cows.
And they are a great sponsor of Sacramento Roller Derby. So I decided to bring it here to share with my friends.
Go Sacktown girls.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to give this a little taste.
So,
Cheers,
we're
y'all.
going to talk about this?
Yep.
Cheers, cameraman Paul. No fire. A little bit of fire.
Yeah, not a lot of fire.
A little bit, though. A little bit after. A little bit
But
after.
it's a good long
It's
burn.
not terrible.
Good long burn, you feel it in the front, not in the back of the throat.
Right.
I'm tasting a lot of vanilla, a lot of smoke. She was saying she has some
A
cinnamon
little
in
bit.
it.
No, a little bit of honey.
Honey.
A little bit of honey. A little bit of vanilla.
Everyone loves a little honey.
A little honey. A little vanilla. Very warm. See, I'm still feeling the warmth.
I don't feel it down here. I feel it a little bit in the back of the throat. A little bit back of the throat.
We say it sometimes it's hot because it hasn't been aged very long. I guess to be a bourbon, it's been aged 4 years. Sometimes 10-year aged bourbon will look kind of really smooth, no burn at all. It's a little hot, no big deal, but it tastes really good.
Yeah.
Right. Well, good. Thanks Wheelhouse, and thank you.
Cheers, y'all.
Gold River Distillery.
In Sacramento, California.
Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, what happened to your glass?
It's empty. I put it behind me.
You took it all.
All right, so we need to do our drawing.
Oh, give me the pumpkin.
Okay, so
We pumpkin
still
pie.
filming?
Yeah, still going.
Camera, Paul, still filming. So we had such a good response from 2 episodes ago.
Yep, episode 5.
So great. I can't tell you, the love. Travis and I were texting. Look at this comment. Look at this comment. Comment on it. It was so great. So we appreciate you guys. We know there's a shit ton of YouTubes that you can watch, and the fact that y'all tune into our show every once in a while, fantastic. So what we did for this last one, so we know we had a drawing giveaway. So this last one, I literally took everyone that commented on our video this last time and put them in my little pumpkin bucket.
This is for the Glenn AMC figure from Tom McFarlane.
That should be mine, that I'm gonna let go, but it's fine. So, because my birthday's coming up, so Travis promised me.
So is Jesus' birthday's coming up.
All right,
too.
so our special guest is gonna draw. Kathy's gonna draw.
With the
Hopefully,
claw.
She may or may not be able to read my handwriting.
I also don't have my glasses on. So
Oh, there we
shit.
go.
that helps.
Perfect storm.
Oh yeah, totally can't read that.
For Sparkle Cookie. Sparkle Cookie.
Sparkle Cookie?
So,
Sparkle Cookie.
So here's the deal. So Sparkle Cookie, in order to message us, because they can't message through YouTube, right? I don't know.
No. I'll reach out to you in person on our page.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you'll be back with all your information.
Right, or if you get to this before we get to you, if you follow our Facebook page, I am us on the Facebook, and we will get you Glenn. I will give you my Glenn. We'll get you some stickers. So
Thank you very much for watching.
Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you all.
Good episode.
No idea.
Good review, guys. Thank you, guys.
Bye.